The video documents a severe security incident in a yard or warehouse environment involving the intentional misuse of a forklift as a weapon against property and personnel. The footage shows a person operating the forklift in an aggressive and dangerous manner, repeatedly ramming and striking other vehicles and structures. The operator uses the heavy machinery to forcefully assault a passenger vehicle, causing extensive damage and creating an extreme crush and impact hazard for anyone in the vicinity. This incident serves as a critical warning that organizations must have robust workplace violence prevention and de-escalation protocols. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of immediately isolating and deactivating machinery when an individual is demonstrating dangerous or hostile behavior, and the requirement for comprehensive security measures to prevent unauthorized or malicious use of heavy equipment. The video documents a product spill incident in a warehouse resulting from improper material handling and storage practices. The footage shows a forklift operator attempting to move or position a tall pallet stack of products. Because the pallet load was inadequately wrapped and secured, the entire stack immediately lost stability and violently collapsed off the pallet. The falling cargo caused a large product spill across the floor, creating immediate cleanup and a significant slip, trip, and fall hazard, though fortunately, nearby personnel were not impacted. This incident serves as a crucial warning that mandatory, consistent use of securing methods is required for all palletized goods before handling. It emphasizes the need for rigorous training in load integrity to prevent material loss and ensure a safe, navigable working environment. The video captures a severe industrial incident during a heavy lifting operation inside a facility. The footage shows a large, heavy object being suspended and moved by a crane or similar lifting device. Suddenly, the lifting mechanism or rigging fails or malfunctions, causing the massive load to drop instantly and uncontrollably to the ground. The falling object crashes down directly into the working area, creating a huge hazard and a localized severe impact. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory, rigorous pre-lift inspection of all rigging components is non-negotiable before any load is moved. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of strict adherence to load charts and enforcing absolute exclusion zones beneath and around any suspended load to prevent catastrophic crush injuries from uncontrolled drops. The video captures a severe near-miss incident during a heavy lifting operation inside an industrial facility. The footage shows a large, heavy steel plate or structural component being lifted and moved by a crane. Due to a clear failure in rigging practices, the load was improperly secured or balanced. As the load was suspended, it suddenly shifted and fell with tremendous force, narrowly missing a worker who was standing dangerously close to the movement area. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory, correct rigging procedures must be strictly followed, ensuring the load is perfectly balanced and secured before any lift. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of maintaining a strict exclusion zone around all suspended loads and never standing beneath or near the swing path to prevent catastrophic crush and impact hazards. The video captures a severe construction incident during a heavy lifting operation involving a large, vertical panel or section of formwork. The footage shows a large crane attempting to lift and position the massive panel. Due to improper rigging or poor load control, the panel immediately begins to swing and destabilize violently once lifted. The resulting uncontrolled forces cause the lifting cable or rigging component to suddenly snap, leading to the huge panel collapsing and crashing forcefully to the ground. Fortunately, nearby workers were able to avoid impact and were not struck by the falling material. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory, correct rigging and load control procedures are essential for vertical lifting. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of pre-lift planning to ensure load stability and the strict enforcement of personnel exclusion zones to prevent catastrophic crush and impact injuries from unstable or dropped materials. The video captures an extremely serious industrial incident within a heavy machinery facility. The footage shows a worker entering the operating space of a large machine, presumably to perform maintenance or repair work, even though the machine had apparently been powered down. Suddenly, the machine unexpectedly activates or cycles its major moving components. The machinery forcefully clamps down or presses into the worker, severely trapping the individual who was unable to escape the enclosure in time. This incident serves as a crucial warning that mandatory lockout, takeout procedures must be rigorously verified and followed to ensure zero-energy state before any worker enters the danger zone. It emphasizes the absolute requirement for testing the machine's controls after LOTO and never relying solely on a power switch to prevent catastrophic crush and entrapment injuries from stored energy or unexpected machine starts. The video captures a severe industrial accident where a worker was moving a heavy mold using a magnetic lifting device. Due to a failure in the magnetic attachment, the heavy mold suddenly detached and dropped forcefully, striking the vehicle bed. The rebound from the impact violently threw the worker out of the vehicle bed and onto the ground. This incident is a critical warning. Mandatory, rigorous inspection of all lifting attachments, especially magnets, is non-negotiable. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of using certified, appropriate lifting equipment for the load's weight and shape, and strictly enforcing exclusion zones to prevent severe crush and impact injuries. The video captures an extremely serious industrial near-miss in a facility where a worker was performing maintenance on heavy machinery. The footage shows a worker who had opened the machine's safety guard and inserted their head and upper body into the operating enclosure to inspect internal components for maintenance after seemingly de-energizing the machine. However, the machine unexpectedly reactivated or cycled its moving parts. The worker was suddenly caught and forcefully impacted by the machinery's movement, becoming trapped and unable to self-rescue. Fortunately, a second worker stationed nearby quickly ran over and provided immediate assistance, successfully pulling the trapped individual out of the danger zone. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory lockout, tagout, TLO procedures must be rigorously verified to ensure a zero-energy state before any maintenance is performed. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of testing the machine's controls after LOTO is applied and never placing any body part inside unguarded moving components to prevent catastrophic crush and entrapment injuries. The video captures a sudden and severe industrial accident involving a large machine tool in a manufacturing facility. The footage shows a major component, or the head of the machine tool, being lifted or secured when it suddenly detaches and falls from its elevated mounting position. The immense force of the drop causes the part to violently crash into the base of the machine and the floor, creating an extreme crush and impact hazard for anyone nearby. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory, rigorous, routine maintenance and inspection of all heavy machine assemblies and support systems are essential. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of immediately establishing safety exclusion zones around malfunctioning or damaged equipment to prevent severe injuries from unexpected structural collapse. The video captures a severe industrial incident involving an operating CNC, computer numerical control machine. The footage clearly shows the machine performing a high-speed machining process while its safety door or protective shield is left open or bypassed. Suddenly, the cutting tool or the workpiece fails, resulting in debris and tooling being forcefully ejected from the machine at high velocity. This creates an immediate and serious impact hazard for anyone in the vicinity. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory, absolute compliance with machine safety protocols requires that CNC doors and interlocking guards must be kept fully closed and operational during any machining cycle. It emphasizes the necessity of strictly prohibiting all operations when machine doors are open to prevent high-speed projectiles from causing severe injuries.